up everyone, John back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about weapon mounted lights. Very first thing we do, of course, take it out of the holster, release the mag. That's pretty sweet. Landed right on top of the mag and rolled down. So obviously always rack, make sure we're clear, completely clear, no bullets in there. Do the same thing with the P10, take the mag out, clear it out, make sure the bullet's out. So as you can tell, completely cleared. All right, so I wanted to make this video in regards to pistol weapon mounted lights, okay? First off, I want to start with this guy right here, the OLIGHT PL Mini 2 Valkyrie. This is a 600 lumen weapon mounted light with a 100-meter throw distance on there, and that is running the Cree XHP high, so very nice emitter actually, very nice and bright as you can tell. And then I wanted to compare it, stack it against the Inforce APL, which is this guy right here, Gen 3, another awesome light. So first things first on my guns, second I should say since I unloaded them. Second thing on my firearms, my daily carries, I always have a weapon mounted light. No questions about it. I do carry a flashlight with me every day too, but obviously for my guns, I always choose weapon mounted lights. So I wanted to do a head-to-head comparison between these two lights, one by APL, Inforce, I should say, and the other one by OLIGHT. So I've had them both for about the same time. Both really nice weapon mounted lights in my opinion. Both have different features, different options, you know, different tactical standards, if you will. And I'm going to kind of give you my opinion on it, what I think, what my favorites are, what my dislikes are. And for that one, let's start with the OLIGHT PL Mini 2. One of my first favorite things about this light is this right here. That right there is one of the coolest things on a pistol mounted light. That is one of my favorite features, because if I don't want it on this gun, let's say I want to carry my Beretta, no problem. Let me get my Beretta real quick. Just like that, size it all up, measure the actual rail system on here, pop it right in. It's a little bit tougher on this for some reason, I don't know why. But once it clicks on, boom, now you have a pistol mounted light on your PX4 Storm. And fits perfect, as you can tell. Doesn't protrude the barrel, the slide, nothing. Perfectly flush. That is one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite feature of this light, is the fact that it can be literally swapped from firearm to firearm, no problem. It fits pretty much every subcompact and compact size gun out there. It's very simple. You just line up the Picatinny rail area with these little pieces in there, and actually you screw this in, and then once you screw that in, it leaves that little rail, that little lip. I don't know if you can see that on footage. So that actually sits up underneath the firearm right there, as you can tell. So it just slides right in there, and then you click it into place, and it holds in place. That's one of my favorite features about this light, is the versatility that you have with it. It's not just you buy it for one gun and it's stuck on that gun and you can't use it for anything else. Obviously, you will have to buy different Kydex holsters, because not every gun is going to fit this light the same way. It will fit multiple different guns, but it will only fit in one Kydex custom holster for whatever gun you're choosing. So keep that in the back of your mind. Now, overall lumen output, you are looking at 600 lumens on this guy right here, which is very impressive. It is a pretty bright light. This does tend to be more of the floody side beam. It's not a direct beam. It does have some direct point to it, somewhat of a hot spot, as you can tell, which is right in this area right here, with a lot of spill, which is nice. It does have a lot of spill. So in a big room scenario, it is going to be perfect for that. You're going to be able to shine this thing around, and it will light up the whole entire room, which is awesome. But if you're trying to see something further away, that's not going to be what this is suitable for. And a lot of people will say that's not what it's suitable for, period, because you shouldn't be having to, you know, look at someone and shoot them 100 yards away or 100 meters away. So that's what a lot of people will say at the end of the day. But yeah, I love the overall build quality. It is made out of aluminum, which is very nice, very sturdy. does say the PL Mini Valkyrie 2 right here on the side. Looks pretty sweet. This one does run off of these two thumb tabs or finger tabs, whatever you want to call them. They don't move up, they don't move side to side, they only go down. So you push momentarily you push it quick to leave it on, and you hold it for momentary on. If you want to keep it on just for the moment, you hold it down. Now this is okay. The reason why I say it's okay is because I don't have the longest fingers, I don't have the biggest hands, and it's one of those things where it becomes pretty hard for me to flick it down. I can get it obviously, but what I always tend to do is I always use my supporting hand and I push down with my thumb, which is good, but if you ever you're not able to use your other hand, then this is not going to be an option. So sometimes I do see myself or find myself, trying to pry at it with my finger, so it's kind of hard to push down on it. But if you got bigger hands, this will be perfect. You'll reach it no problem. As you can tell, my finger just barely reaches it. I mean, barely, and I gotta really, really push hard to get it to go down. But I've been using this light now for over a year with no issues. It still turns on, activates every single time I need to turn on and activate. But outside of that, I think it's a really good light. Now, this does come with their proprietary magnetic charging system, so that's going to be up for debate on who likes it and why. I do have the charger right here, so you just literally pop it right on, boom, done, no questions asked. And this does have a red indicator right here or a green indicator to let you know when it's fully charged. And it's nice because it's a rechargeable light, so you don't have to worry about swapping batteries or running out of batteries. You can literally just plug this into any USB port and boom, get your thing charged. So that's good and bad. Some people will not like that feature because, once again, it is proprietary, so it only works with OLIGHT's proprietary charger. And I heard also too that this doesn't work with their other flashlights, like the SR2 Baton and the other flashlights that they make that have the magnetic charger. As you can tell, this one says OLIGHT Special, and the other ones don't say that. So this one is specifically meant for the PL Mini 2. So yeah, it's one of the only kind of pet peeves I have with it outside of the finger switches. So you only have to have this charger with you, which means you have to carry it with you and bring it with you. If you plan on going anywhere, going out of town or whatever, you have to make sure this light's with you, or else if your light goes dead, you have no pistol mounted light anymore. So overall, I like the size of it, the design of it, the feel, the quality, the beam profile. I like everything about it. So I think it's a very good addition to your firearm collection or just your gun, your daily carry gun itself. And I think you can't go wrong with it. So now going to the Inforce APL Gen 3, which is this guy on this CZP07 Tactical. Very nice light. Very, very nice light. Now this one does run off of a CR123 battery, which you do unscrew this cap right here, which is the lens obviously. And once you unscrew this, you literally just pop the light, or I'm sorry, not the light, you pop the battery right out of it and you're good to go. So CR123 battery. Some people will like that, some people will hate it. So I don't mind it personally because it's pretty straightforward. Sits in there very, very deep. And what I always do is I just usually buy a pack of 12 of these CR123s, which they are a little expensive. I paid, I think, 30 bucks for a pack of 12. But you have them there if you need them, and you don't have to worry about recharging it, none of that stuff. You just put the battery in, you're good to go. And APL claims on these ones, or Inforce claims that you can run an hour and a half on a brand new battery in one of these lights, which is really impressive because on the old light, I believe you're only getting 50 minutes. So that's definitely an increase in performance. You get an hour and a half runtime. And this one really doesn't step down. It just gets lower. It gets dimmer as it gets more dead. Unlike the PL Mini 2, where it really almost shuts down basically after the first 35 minutes. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. The battery length, I say, is better than the actual PL Mini. I think it lasts longer. It is brighter. It is stronger. This has more of a hotspot, more of a candela rating, and I'll show you that comparison right now. So as you can tell, in the center, this has more of a hotspot than the than the PL Mini 2. This Inforce APL has very little bleeding around the edge. So that means when you are doing room to room with something like this, it's going to be way more direct. If you're trying to get further out, it's going to be way further out than the actual PL Mini 2, which this one is 100 meters. This one's rated for, I believe, 160 meters. So you're getting a lot more throw with it. So you can tell definitely a lot brighter. It's actually got a lot more of a hot spot. And when I say brighter, on paper, this is actually not brighter. This is 400 lumens compared to the 600 lumens on the actual PL Mini 2. But that's the difference a beam can make with the overall light. Like, it just looks like it's a lot brighter because it has such more of a hot central hot spot on it. And I'll do a quick shot so you can see. So that's the Inforce APL, obviously, as you can tell. And now here's the OLIGHT. So overall, I mean, it's still pretty close, but I think this one has more of a hot spot. This one has more of a wider beam flood spot. So yeah, I mean, it looks different in the camera. In the camera, it actually looks like the OLIGHT has more of a hot spot, but in real life, it doesn't. The Inforce APL has more of a hot spot. So, but overall, you know, size comparison, this one is a little bit bigger. That's how you get your beam throw a lot further because it has a deeper reflector, as you can tell. Way bigger head on it. I believe they're both actually running the same Cree XHP LED in there. So, but yeah, you can see the difference in the actual profile in width and height and length and all that stuff. The Inforce APL is a lot bigger. It's basically twice the size. So that's going to give you more throw, more candela, all that stuff. And when you're talking firearms, you want more candela, more throw, in my opinion. Even if you know you're not going to shoot somebody 160 meters away, obviously, but up close and personal, you want this to be as bright and as disorienting as possible. And as you can tell, it really jacks the camera up, as you can tell, compared to the PL Mini, which doesn't really jack it up that much because it doesn't have much of a hot spot compared to this guy. So it's you know it's up in the air. Whatever you choose, I guess, is going to be whatever you want, obviously. But if it was up to me, I would stick with the Inforce APL 3. I think it's a better overall light. I think it's got better characteristics on its light output. It's got more hotspot candela reading, which for me, that's the most important thing, is my candela hotspot reading. And it lasts longer too. It's just, you know, material-wise, they're both made out of a metal, so they're both pretty good. And the biggest, most important thing for me outside of the candela is the tabs on here. Very nice tabs on both sides. You get the same. And as you can tell, they have a nice rough texture right there. So you can hear it. It's rough. And for me, I can reach these a lot easier because the motion for these is just pushing down. Pushing sideways, I should say. So you just push that sideways, again, compared to the PL Mini, where you have to push down like this, up and down. So it's a little harder for my hands. On this one, you just push down to the side. So I think the overall mechanics of this one works better. I think the output's better. The Lumen output is a little bit better as far as candela reading goes. So if I had to choose, like I said, to keep on all my guns, I would stick with the Inforce APL Gen 3. So I just wanted to make a quick video in regards to comparisons to these two because I've had both of them for quite some time now, and I just you know, always thought about let me make a comparison because I don't see too many of these online, and I think these are both very comparable pistol mounted lights in my opinion. And they both have similar lumen output, they both have similar features, but the overall price difference is about the same. The Inforce was $150. The PL Mini 2 when it first came out was $120, so it was $30 more, but you do get a better throw, in my opinion, on the Inforce APL. So what I'll do is tonight I'll go out and make another video and show how the actual beam profile and the distance of it and all that good stuff. So make sure you stay tuned and subscribe for that video to soon come. So once again, I appreciate you all sticking with me and watching this video. And please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.